Hello everyone, welcome back to Genius Knowledge Point, your one place for practical programming solutions for computer and IT students. I am making this video to provide practical knowledge to all students so that you can develop your own programs which will be helpful for your studies as well as career. In this video we will perform practical number 28 of Python programming, and the topic in this video is Python GUI program that adds labels and buttons to the Tkinter window. So this practical is basically designed for case scheme of Diploma Computer and IT students and semester 4. But if you want to understand the concept of GUI programming and the Tkinter window controls inside your Python programming, just follow this video till end. You will understand it very clearly. So what we are going to do in this practical, we are going to add labels and buttons. So these are the basic controls that we see inside any frame window or any window inside your GUI application. So these controls are called widgets inside Python programming. So we are going to add these widgets inside our window, and using that widgets we will do our programming. So let us move to the first practical related questions. Write a Python program using Tkinter that creates a check button. So check button is basically checkbox that we see in every GUI program or every GUI design, where we can check that checkbox, and after clicking again we can uncheck that checkbox. It is basically used for multiple selection of values. So this is how we are going to add checkbox inside our Tkinter window using this program. So directly moving toward the code. So initially, as we are doing the Tkinter related GUI programming, we have to import the package, that is import Tkinter as TK. So TK is the name that I am going to give for Tkinter package. Then as we have seen in previous practical, we are going to create our main window, and for that we have created our object as a root. So root is equal to tk.tk. So this constructor will be called and it will create an object root here, which is our main window object. Next I am using root.title, and in that I am calling check button example. So this title will be assigned to the window and that will be displayed on the title bar of the window. Next I am creating c1 is equal to tk.checkButton. So this is the calling of our constructor that is present inside the tk package, and this check button will be creating a checkbox that we see in our window. So in that constructor bracket we are passing first parameter as the root. So root is our parent window, so that we have seen in the previous statement. So the main window where we are going to add this checkbox will be our first parameter, that is parent window. Then second parameter is the text is equal to Java. So I am assigning text as a Java on this checkbox. So this is how this check button will return an object. So this is the C1 object which is of checkbox. Similarly, I am creating C2 is equal to tk.checkButton, and in the bracket I am again passing root as the parent window, then text as a Python. So this second checkbox will be created with the name C2 and it is having Python text. So both the checkboxes are created. Next I am using c1.pack and c2.pack. So what is this pack function? So pack function will be adding these checkboxes into the window and it will be added into the geometry of that window. So automatically they will be added to the center portion of the window. We have multiple parameters inside this pack function, but I am just using this pack function with the default argument. So that's why I am not passing any arguments here. So by default the arguments will be taken. So both the checkboxes will be added to the root window and they will be added to the center portion of the window, and they will be added vertically below each other. So C1 will be added first, then C2 will be added. Next I am using root.geometry function that we have already seen in previous video. So this geometry function will be setting the width and height of the frame window. So automatically 500 pixel by 400 pixel window will be created. And finally, as we have seen in previous video, we have to open this window using root.mainLoop. So this main loop function will start our window object and it will run the window. So this is how the coding is complete, and in this coding we have added just two checkboxes inside our main window. So to run the program, I just have to open the location where my program is, then opening cmd here, then the command is py space filename.py. So after entering, you can see the output is generated here, and in the output we can see Java checkbox is created, Python checkbox is created, and according to pack function they are by default added to the center portion of the window, and they are added vertically below each other. You can see I can click on the Java, then I can click on the Python, then after again clicking, it is unchecking the checkboxes. So this is how we can add checkboxes inside your window, that is Tkinter window, using CheckButton constructor. So this is how the first question is ended here. Now moving toward the second question, write a Python program using Tkinter that creates radio button. So what are the radio buttons? We have already seen that radio buttons inside Java programming. So the same radio buttons that we are going to use here. So what is the purpose of radio button? If you have multiple options inside your window or inside your form, and if you want to select only one option, in that case radio button is helpful. So the example is whenever you are running any quiz or you are answering the multiple choice questions, in that case you use radio buttons for the answers. So only one value is selected, and automatically whenever you are making another selection, the previous selection is removed. So this is how radio button will be used for only single value selection inside your form. And in case of checkboxes, whenever we create checkboxes, you can select multiple values. So that is the difference between radio button and checkbox. So let us move to the code directly. So initially I am importing the Tkinter package as tk, as we have seen in previous videos. Then I am creating my main window as root is equal to tk.tk. So the root is the name of my main window. Then I am setting the title using title function, and I am setting the title as radio button example. Then I am using geometry function again to set the width and height of the window. So 500 pixel by 300 pixel will be the geometry of this window. Next I am creating one variable as var1 is equal to tk.intvar. So this is the integer variable which we are creating inside using this Tkinter package and naming it as var1. So why it is created? Because we need it to identify the group of radio buttons. Otherwise the radio buttons will be working as separate buttons and they will be working as checkboxes. So the multiple selection will be possible in that case. So we don't want multiple selections, so that's why we have to assign some common value or common variable inside the function. So that's why we have to create this var1. So after that I am creating r1 is equal to tk.RadioButton. So this is the constructor of radio button class which is present inside Tkinter package. Then in the constructor I am passing first parameter as the parent window, then second parameter as the text is equal to option 1. So this is the text that is going to display on this radio button. Then I am using this variable parameter here. So variable is equal to var1. Next I am using value parameter here. So value is equal to option 1. So this value is the background value of this radio button and the text will be displayed on the window. So this option 1 text will be displayed, and which is having the background value or the value as option 1. So in programming we are going to use this option 1 value. We are not going to use this text, and it is having the variable as var1. So next I am creating r2 is equal to tk.RadioButton. So this is the second object of radio button, which is second radio button. Again I am passing root as the parameter, then text as option 2. Again variable is equal to var1 is taken here. So this is how we are identifying these two radio buttons as a group. So whenever we are making any selection inside these radio buttons, only one radio button will be selected. So that's why var1 is taken here. Next again I am passing value as option 2. Similarly I am creating r3 as the third radio button, passing the same parameters as a text as option 3, then variable which is var1, then value as option 3, and parent as the root. So these three radio buttons are created using the constructor, and in that variable value is passed as a var1. So that's why they are combining radio buttons and they will be working as a group. So only one radio button will be selected from this group. So that's why we have taken this var1 variable. So finally all the objects are created. Then I am using the pack function that we have seen in previous question. So r1.pack, it will assign this r1 or radio button 1 to the window and it will add it to the center of the window on the top portion. Then I am using r2.pack. Again the second radio button will be added to the center and below this r1, and similarly r3 will be added here using the pack function. So all the three radio buttons are added inside the window or inside the geometry of the window. And finally I am using root.mainLoop. So this function will open the window and it will display the window in front of the user. So just saving the code. To run the code, again I have to go to the location where my program is, then opening CMD there. Then the command is py space RadioButton.py. So after entering, the window is opened here after the main loop function. Then you can see 3 radio buttons are created here and having the text option 1, option 2 and option 3 respectively. And if you select any radio button, it is selecting, and if you select another radio button, it is removing the selection of previous selection, or it is removing the selection of previous radio button. So this is how they are working as a group because of this var1 variable, and that's why only one selection is possible inside these 3 radio buttons. If you are not adding variable as var1, then they will be working as a checkboxes. You can select multiple values here, and that will not be the concept of radio button. So that's why we have to add variable value and we have to assign the common value there, then only they will be inside single group. So if I am selecting option 1, automatically the option 2 selection is removed. So this is how we can create radio buttons inside your Tkinter window using the radio button class. Then you can use the constructor to create parent window, then text on the radio button, then variable on the radio button, then finally value of that radio button. So this is how the second question is completed here. Now the third question is write a Python program using Tkinter that creates a menu. So we have to create a menu bar inside your Tkinter window, and inside that menu bar we have to add some menus and we have to add some options inside that menu. So this is how the menu will be created, which is similar that we have seen in Java programming. So let us move to the code directly. So initially I am importing the Tkinter package and naming it as tk. Then I am creating my main window object as a root is equal to tk.tk, then setting the title here as a menu example. So using this title function, then I am creating geometry or using the geometry function to create geometry of the window, that is 500 pixel by 300 pixel. Then I am creating one object as the menu bar is equal to tk.menu. So this class is used here, menu class is used here to create a menu bar, and the parent is passed here as a root. So as we have seen that whenever we are creating any menu bar, that menu bar should be inside your window. So that's why we have to pass a root as a parent here. So the menu bar object is created here. Next I am creating file underscore menu object is equal to tk.menu, and this time I am passing menu underscore bar here. So I am not passing root here, I am passing menu bar. So why I am passing menu bar here? Because this is the menu here and menu is always added inside the menu bar. So that's why we have to pass root as the menu bar. Then second parameter is passed here, which is tier of is equal to 0. So what is the value of tier of? Tier of is considered as 0 or 1 or true or false. So whenever you are putting 0, that means your menu is not detachable, and in case of 1 value the menu is detachable. That means you can move your or you can detach your menu from your actual window and you can drag that menu in your screen anywhere. So in this case I am not detaching the menu, so that's why I am passing tier of is equal to 0. You can pass false also here. Next I am creating file underscore menu dot add command. So this add command function is used here on this file menu, and I am naming the label as new. So this new option is added inside this file menu, which can be considered as menu item that we have seen in Java programming. So we have created one option which is similar to menu item and we are naming it as new here. New option is created and this new option is clickable. That means it will be performing any operation. So that's why it is created using the function add command. So we are adding one command inside this menu and naming it as new. Similarly, I am adding file menu dot add command label is equal to open. So I am adding second option, which is second command, and naming it open. Then I am adding third command, which is menu dot add command, and naming it save. So I have added 3 options here, new, open and save, which can be considered as menu items inside your menu. So finally I am using menu bar dot add cascade function here, and in that I am passing label is equal to file and comma menu is equal to file menu. So what is this function? This function is used to create a label to any menu, because we are creating menu here and that menu should be displayed on your menu bar. So that's why we are using menu bar dot add cascade function and naming that menu as a file menu. it is just clickable, it is not having any command. So it will be opening these three options, that is new, open and save. So that's why we are passing only label here, and we are naming that as a menu is equal to file menu. So this is created as our file menu, which is first menu. Then similarly I am creating second menu as the edit underscore menu is equal to tk.menu, again passing menu bar as the parent, then tier of is equal to 0. Then again using edit menu dot add command, so I am adding command inside this edit menu, and the label is given as cut. Then similarly second label is created as copy, and third command is created as paste. So three commands are created inside this edit menu with the name cut, copy and paste respectively, and these are actual menu items inside this edit menu. Finally again I am using menu bar dot add cascade, and label is given as edit. So this is the second menu and naming it edit, then menu is given as edit menu. So this is how our menu bar is having two menus here, that is file menu and edit menu, and their names are file and edit respectively. And in file menu we have three commands, which is new, open and save, and in edit menu we have three commands as cut, copy and paste. So this is how both the menus are created inside our menu bar. Finally we have to add that menu bar to our root window, so that's why I am using root.config menu is equal to menu bar. So what is this config function? It will be adding this menu bar inside this main window, which is our root. So this is how this menu bar will be added inside the root window. And finally I am just using main loop function to run the window. So this is how a window will be opened, and it will display the menu bar, and on the menu bar we have two menus, file and edit, and their respective options will be accessible. So to run the program I am just saving the code, then going to the location and opening CMD here. The command is py space file name dot py. So after entering you can see my window is opened here, and in that window you can see two menus are created that we have named file and edit, and inside file we have new, open and save options, which are our commands, and after clicking on this menu items or commands you can do a particular operation. So the file menu is closed, then I am clicking on edit menu. You can see three options are visible here, cut, copy and paste. So this is how we have created a menu bar inside our root window, and in that menu bar we have created two menus, file and edit, and in those file menu we have three options, new, open and save, and in edit menu we have cut, copy and paste options. So this is how we can create our menus inside a Tkinter window. So the question is complete here, and also the practical number 28 is complete. In this practical what we have seen how to add some widgets inside your Tkinter window. We have seen how to add checkboxes, then how to add radio buttons, then how to create a menu and menu bar inside your Tkinter window. So this is how the practical is ended here. So that's it for today's practical. I hope you understand the program clearly. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more such programming solutions, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. If you have any doubts or need solutions for other programs, drop a comment below. I will be happy to help. Thanks for watching and happy coding.